Hello again, everyone. It's Red with you, back on Resonant Rise. Hey, we, as promised today, have a bit of a show for you. That's a book. That's an item frame. Why do we have them? Well, some of you know. Some of you don't. That's what we're here for. Item frame goes there. This is these pools that you find scattered throughout the Resonant Rise world. They look different from water. They're clearly not the same thing. Book goes there. Now we watch. Is that not awesome? I love that. That is so cool. I have unlocked the secrets of the arcane, ladies and gentlemen. It's Ars Magica. I promised you an update. I promised you a show on Ars Magica. You're going to get one. So I'm going to hustle back over to the base. We are just right over yonder hill. And then we'll catch back up and get started. What do you say, kids? See you in a bit. And we're back. Thank you very much for sticking around while I ran back. All right, so here's our Rs. By the way, you'll notice I turned the numbers on so you can see burnout 0 of 11, mana 100 of 100. And there's that little teeny number 1 right there above the experience level. That's my mage level. Now, when it spawned, the book, here it is, the Arcane Compendium. The reason there isn't much actually out there in the interspaces is because really this book here is fantastic for actually teaching you how to do the mod. There's a lot that you can go through, and I'm not going to cover all of this today, clearly, because that'd be utterly ridiculous. But there are a lot of things that go into it. The way you put spells together, you need a shape, a component, and a modifier. We'll get to all that later, don't you worry. First things first, we need to build ourselves a crafting altar. That's something that we are absolutely going to do today. Now, you can kind of see this book really is fantastic for showing you how to do this sort of stuff. You can build it out of any number of different things, okay? And you can actually break it down and show you all the different layers, put it all together, boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 bah, all the way through. So here are the modifiers down here at the bottom. I suppose we'll go back to all. Stone, wood, stone, blah, blah, blah. We don't want to do junky junk. We want to do good stuff. We're going to use nether quartz because I happen to have a whole flip ton of it. I spent a lot of time off camera down in the nether. Oh, and you'll also notice I picked up some things. I've got a new battle axe that is made out of cobalt. Got some moss on there. It's got, well, here, I'll just show you real quick because I happen to like this one. I think it's pretty cool looking. Where are you, Battle Axe? Okay, so cobalt head. It's got moss. That 6 heart attack damage, that thing hits like a truck. And I added knockback to it because it makes me laugh. I do still need to add, you know what? I need to add lapis to that. I'm not finished with it yet. Huh, why the heck haven't I added lapis to that yet? I did just get my AE system up and running, so I know, long time coming. I know. I'm a huge slacker when it comes to that sort of stuff. Okay, well, that took care of that, didn't it? Ate all the rest of our lapis. Let's go put it on there, just because we're thinking about it right now. So, 1, 2, where are you? 3. Boo, 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 boo. 413. We're at 431, so we're almost there. 449. It's probably going to ask for, you know what? There, we'll just do it like that, because that's the smart way to do it, isn't it? I think. Okay. Great, now we got Fortune 3. I can go on about my business. Anyway, like I was saying before I started losing my mind. So anyway, so I've got this, I've got a new pick, which I'm not using except to get Cobalt and Manny-Yulin, or Cobalt and Ardite. And I made myself an axe, and so on and so forth, and that's not important. Let's go back to the magic stuff. We're building it out of nether quartz. That is what we're gonna do, because that just makes the most sense. All of these added effects are the max things that you can put onto your spells. So we could conceivably, with just nether quartz and glass bricks on top, you could have a 4 effect spell. Where's the fun in that? A 4 effect spell? Ridiculous. I don't know where Sunstone comes from. I don't think I've got enough Moonstone. But emerald? Ooh, baby, you better believe I got some emerald. Come here, book. I didn't mean to throw you. Let's take a look in here. Let's see, cause moonstone. Yeah, I think I've only got 12 of them, so that ain't gonna cut it. Can't do moonstone, but emerald. We can do emerald. Hello, thank you. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4. That takes a good chunk of our emeralds, but we've still got 24. And really, what are we using emeralds for anyway? We don't tend to use them as much as we use a lot of the other bricks and blocks and whatnot. So we will absolutely use emerald because we can. I got plenty of room in the old disk drives. Out of all those chests that were back here, you remember from the last episode? Yeah, it took 4 full disks. Now, I mean, they're not full byte-wise, but they're full item-wise. And then half of this one. We had a whole lot of stuff. Oh, and I started using microblocks. I cannot tell you how cool I like. I just love microblocks. Here you can see the side of it there. I did basalt cover for these, and then smooth sandstone cover for this. I'll show you what's underneath because it's a new power source. We are actually. I know I keep getting us sidetracked. Don't worry, we are going to get to the R stuff. I went ahead and built a couple of hydrogen generators, and there's actually underneath this whole mess. I will dig down and show you. There is actually, you see it back there, there's the electrolytic separator. This is mechanism stuff. Okay, the electrolytic separator, you've got a choice. It can either make hydrogen or it can make oxygen. You can really only keep one or the other. I'm having it make hydrogen. Okay, so it takes hydrogen, it loads itself up full of power. And yes, it does take power, so you got to supply it with something. And basically, what you do is you get that hydrogen, you pump that hydrogen into a hydrogen generator. For some reason, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. Hold on. One of these is full, and the other one like shows as empty, which whatever. It is what it is. I don't really care. It's powering everything, so I really don't care what the GUI says. But basically, on the other one, it's easier to see. This one, it's full of hydrogen. It pumps out all the joules. There you go. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. That's what it's there for. And it actually does a pretty gosh darn good job. The thing is, it's a self-sustaining power source. You have to fuel that electrical blah 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 whatever it was at the bottom. You have to fire that one up with something to start with. I grabbed that steam dynamo and I plugged it in with a couple pieces of coal just to give it the juice it needed. Once it made hydrogen, it pumped it up to the hydrogen generators. These hydrogen generators don't require power, they generate power. So I sent it back down through a power cable back down into our friend the electrolysis guy. So you've got a self-sustaining power loop there. And then it started sending the extras up, and it sent extras all the way up through here. I don't know why that's not gaining any, but it's not important. Anyway, point is that it's running everything and doing a great job doing it. We're not having any power issues whatsoever. Everything's up and running. It's fantastic. I encourage you guys to look into mechanism stuff. It is pretty neat. Anyway, let's go get our base built. What do you say? I kind of like the idea of doing that. I think we should be able to get everything done. Oh, I dug a little bit of a corridor. It passes underneath. There was that kind of island that sat out in the middle of our harbor, and now we're getting into the deep water again. I haven't decided if I wanted to leave these kelp things when they're 1 block away because it looks kind of strange with the water being off. I don't know how it looks on default, but I may leave them. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm pretty ambivalent towards these things. But anyway, so I've got us a magic room built. Okay, this should be big enough to do what we want to do with it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this stuff. You need the crafting altar. You need stairs, you need the main block, you need the rest of this stuff, and you need magic walls. I'm going to go ahead and get all the rest of this stuff together. We're going to come back here, and then we're going to rock and roll, put it all together, and then start making spells. So I'll see you in a few. Okay, we are back, guys. I went ahead and got it all put together. It's pretty, isn't it? I kind of like it. It's a good looking structure, and it fits in the room quite nicely. I really like the emerald and the quartz. I think it actually looks good. So anyway, that's kind of a side little bonus. There's some other stuff that we need to do in order to create our first spell, and we're going to go through that. By the way, still looking for a drink sponsor. Delicious. That could be your product right there. I'm sure Budweiser will be calling soon. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and get to it. Crafting our first spell. Again, this is our book. Our book is great. We're going to need an Oculus, and we're going to need to unlock at least one spell shape and one component. We start with 3 blue skill points to make this possible. So let's head over to our weird little fella here who kind of looks like a duck and kind of looks like an eyeball, which follows you around, which is just a little creepy. The eyeball really does follow you. It's creepy. Okay, here are your choices. There's offense, there's defense, there's utility, and then there's this talents thing, and I don't know what this is all about. And I'm staying away from talents for now. I just want to build a spell. Do we want to go offense, defense, or utility? I'm going to go defense, I think, because I want to get a heal spell together. I think that'd be really handy. Plus, when we start doing blood magic, I'm going to do it a little differently than I did the last time, for those of you who watched that Let's Play. And I'll probably run it as a self-sacrifice station. So having a heal spell would be real handy in order to get this thing done. So let's go down this route with it. Let's try defense and see what happens. I mean, shoot, we can always change over later. It's not like we run out of spell points. So maybe we'll mix and match. I don't know. Let's just see what we got going this direction. So okay, so now we know self, leap, regen. Regen might be handy. Let's try regen. And then heal. Perfect. Okay, let's learn heal. So now we have self, regen, and heal, and we're out of points. See, there's 0 points there, and these are red, so I guess red is tougher to learn than. Okay. All right. So now we've got our knowledge put together, and we go over to our inscription table, which is next on the list. So it's self. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, I need to make a book first. Okay. We need to make what do we need to make? Hold on. Craft a writable book. Okay, so how do you make a writable book? Let's look it up. Where's my stuff? I can't. Where'd my search bar go? Where'd my NEI search bar go? Oh, fiddlesticks. All right, I'll be back in a sec. Hold on. Okay, we're back. I figured it out. Everything's working. We're in great shape. Off we go. So, now we've got our Oculus stuff done. We got our points spent. We're rocking and rolling. We come over here to the inscription table, and we need a book. We need one of these guys in order to make our spell. And it said writable book, but there's nothing in there. If you search for writable book, if it helps if you spell it right, yeah, nothing shows up. So what you do is you go to book. That looks like that, doesn't it? We're going to try it. It's a book, ink, and feather. All right, so feather, ink, book, and quill. Great. Off we go. Ha! Works. Okay. So we want it to be self. Aha! Self heal. We're going to call it in honor of my old school heritage. We're going to call it bonus points. If you get it, by the way, if you understand the reference, say so in the comments, and I'll know that A, you're old, but B, you used to be cool. And that's awesome. Okay, so removing the book will finalize the recipe. I really am curious to see how many of you guys know what LOH stands for, specifically because this is a self-heal. Real curious. I'm stretching LOH for self-heal, if that gives you any hints. Anyway, enough of that. All right, so let's remove the book and finalize the spell recipe. You know what, though? We could make it a self-heal and regen, couldn't we? You know what? Let's do that. Why not? A heal and a regen. I see no reason why we shouldn't just put it all together. Man, let's give it a shot. See what happens, right? Okay, so LOH by Redius. Okay, now what? We got our book, and so we got our book, and we've done this thing. Placing book in the okay, we've already done all this. Once the combination is complete, go to your crafting altar, place the book, containing the spell recipe on the lectern. Then we throw a blank rune into the middle of the crafting altar to begin the process and follow the book's prompts. Okay, so let's get our book together, our LOH, low. Okay, it goes on the lectern here. By the way, the crafting recipes for all this stuff, I'll show you just real quick, just so that you're not, wondering how we came up with this stuff. It's actually pretty easy. The Oculus itself is just bricks, glass, blue topaz, which is a world find down on the low levels, and coal. Okay, so that's easy enough. That's a simple thing to put together. Inscription table. There we go. That is torch, spell parchment, which is just piece of paper to twig. That's it. Feather, slabs, regular old planks, piece of cake there. And then the lectern itself is actually even easier than that, if I remember correctly. Lectern. There we go. And the lectern is just 3 slabs and a piece of wood. Can't get much simpler than that. So that gives us our things there. All right, now let's take a look at combinations, self, heal, regeneration. Okay, it needs a blue rune, an Vintium dust, a lesser focus, golden apple, green rune, and 500 essence. It's also neutral for whatever that means. Affinity breakdown, nature, and life. All right, so we've got a shopping list. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to be stupid. I'm going to screenshot that so that I've got it there, because I'm going to have to run around and see what I can do to pick all this stuff up. I don't know what a lesser focus is. An is a plant. A blue rune, I got nothing on that. The essence, I do know how we can do that. This is a little tricksy. I picked up a bucket of the stuff. This liquid essence is the stuff that pool that we originally started with. You remember the pool that all the symbols and the boom and the whole routine? This liquid essence is from that pool. What you do is you actually take out, say this, and then that goes away, and it goes down in there just like that, and then you put it on top of this. Now there is, in each bucket is 1,000 millibuckets. So this wants 500, if I remember. Yeah, it wants 500 millibuckets. So half a bucket of essence. Well, we've got a bucket now stored under the altar, and so we're good to go there. We need to figure out what a blue rune and what a green rune are. Those are the two that I don't know what those are. The rest of that I can kind of... Blue rune. Clearly looks blue. I think I'm missing a texture there. It's lapis and a blank rune. Oh, well, that's easy enough. All right, let's go do it. Tell you what, I won't make you sit through here. Let me go put everything together. I'll meet you back at the table. Okay, guys, we're back. I found everything we needed. The focus, that lesser focus it wanted, that was actually pretty simple. It's just 4 gold nuggets surrounding a... no, I don't remember. It's 4 gold nuggets. Oh, yeah, piece of glass. So right there. The I found in a plains biome. So if you're looking for it, it was right next to a magical forest, but I don't think that matters. Golden apple. I had these from digging around in dungeons. Our favorite blue rune and green rune, which clearly don't show up properly, so that's neat. Vintium dust, we already have that. And I think that's pretty much everything we need. So let's look just to make sure. Okay, blue rune, got it. I've got 1 on me. I need to go get another one. Vintium dust, lesser focus, golden apple, green rune essence, and that's it. That should be everything. All right, let me go grab the last one of these little fellas, and then we're gonna put this thing together. I love this battle axe. I love being able to run fast. Speed, my friends. Speed is wonderful. All right, let's take doop. All right, now I got 2 of those. I found 8 of them. Like, I found a ton. All right, there we go. Sprint. Okay, so now what's it say to do? First spell. All right, blah, blah, blah. We've already done this. All right, we got to throw a blank rune in the middle of the crafting altar to begin the process. This being the crafting altar. All right, let's... Oh, fiddledy! God bless it. I left my blank runes back here. I swear we're going to get this thing moving. I promise you. It's going to happen. I swear we'll stop running back and forth. Nah, well, I can't promise too much. Blank rune. There we go. Tish Pshaw and utter nonsense. Okay. Off we go. Back where we came from. Do 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 do. Okay, now we're back here. Blank rune. Let's do this thing. Okay, so. Oh, hello. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty. I don't know what it's doing, but it's pretty. All right, so once the thrown in next, you see how there's the floating above the book? All right, well, let's throw the in next. All right, so. Whoa! Okay, it wants the Vintium dust. Oh, it didn't want that other piece on. Okay, it just wanted one. All right, so Vintium dust. Whoop! There it went. Lesser focus. I like how you throw it in there and it just disappears. Whoop! It wants the French toast. I guess that's the blue rune. I'm gonna throw it in there. Nope. Try it again just to. Nope. Well, what the heck is that? So what the golden? I'll try the apple, maybe? Clearly not. Maybe that's supposed to be the green rune? Shoot, I don't know. Oh, what did I hit? There we go, hold on. Nope. Running out of choices here. Nope. It clearly wants whatever. It wants the essence. That's the essence that it wants. This might have changed since I've played around with it before. Okay. Okay, here's what. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna dig down and we're gonna go get our bucket and hope that. Oh, hello. We're gonna try not to kill ourselves in the process here. Okay, yes, thank you very much. I'm going to take you now. Okay, that's adorable. Yes, stop that. Stop pushing me around. Oy. Okay, so let's. My friends. The fun never ends, especially because I have no flipping. Wait a minute, where'd our other. Oh, the heck with it. I'll fix it later. It's not important. Okay, so. Eh. So spill it out. Nope. This stuff's gooey. It goes everywhere. Okay, so it didn't want it that way. Does it? Whoa. What the? I picked something up just now. Oh, it gave me all the stuff back. Well, fiddledy. 500 essence. Blue rune, green rune, Vintium, lesser focus, golden app. Let's try it again. Let's just try it all again. Where'd my rune go? I had a blank rune. Now it's missing. Ugh. All right, let me figure this out. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I think I've got it under control. Let's give this a shot. First off, here's what we did. We had to build ourselves an Essence Nexus back here. An Essence Nexus is, let's go back to structures. An Essence Nexus. It's just stone bricks, chiseled stone brick at the top, and that thing right there in the center. And I'll show you the blue chalk in just a sec. Basically, what it does is it gathers up the essence and throws it over to the altar, assuming that you pair them together. And you pair them together using a crystal wrench. You click once there and once there, and it's supposed to click them together and make them do their thing. So, that's where we're at with it. Blue chalk, by the way, is just as simple as dye, clay, Vintium dust, flint, and paper. Fairly straightforward. All right, let's try this again, and hopefully it works. Okay, start with the flour. Flour. Now we need dust. All right, dust. We're going to get dust. Dust. Focus. Now, you should be pulling. Notice it's like staying clicked though, so that's something. All right, this should be pulling the essence. Really should be. I don't know if it is or not. Oh, I can't stand this. It's driving me crazy. I mean, it should be pulling this. Why aren't you pulling this? All right, let's go take a quick look down there and see what's going on. Because it's clearly right there. All right, well, let's do this then. Let's just put it here instead. Put it in a slightly different place, and maybe it'll find it this time. I don't know. I'm a little nervous about it because it's just not pulling. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know any way to check. Here's the best thing that we can do. We can link up our crystal. And you see it does this white light. That means, hey, I'm ready to rock. And you click it right there on the crafting altar, and it stops doing its thing, and then should be doing that. This should be going. Why you no go? Why? Why you no go? Grrr. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to do some work. Are back, and I think I've got everything figured out. It took a lot longer than I figured. Here's what we needed to do. We needed to put together an essence nexus. And an essence nexus, I'll show you just real quick what it does. Essence nexus, it's under structures. It is this guy. It is 3 pieces of stone with chiseled stone bricks on top of it. And you make the blue spinny thing with blue chalk, which is actually fairly simple to do. What the Essence Nexus does is it does what the previous incarnation of just putting the essence under here did. What I was thinking, it was an old version of Ars Magica when it was still in a beta. Ars Magica 2, anyway, when it was still in beta. And you'd put it directly under the altar, and Bob's your uncle, everything's fine. It's not the way it works anymore. You have to put the essence directly under the spinny blue circle. If you do that, then the spinny blue circle will pull the essence out, and it will transfer it. It will either transfer it directly to the crafting altar, or what I did, and you can kind of see it up there, is I put it into a mana battery. The mana battery, here, I'll show you how that's crafted real quick. It's chimerite, chimerite, I don't know, Vintium, and arcane ash. Arcane ash is smelted arcane compound, which is netherrack, glowstone, stone, and redstone. Lots of stones in that one. So that's all that is. There's 2 full buckets worth in there. I already got a whole bunch. I already went back out and picked up more and dumped it all in there, and it just ate it up like a Hoover. So there's 2 full buckets up top, which is way more than we need. This should work. Should. So we're going to start it. We're going to see what happens. Stone goes in. All right, it wants a flower. It can have a flower. Okay, now it wants dust. It can have dust. Now it wants this. It can have that. Now it wants that stupid essence again. And we flip the lever. Yes! It took it! All right. Hot diggity. Now I don't know if that's the green rune or the blue rune, so we'll throw one. Oh, it was the green rune. It wants the other flower. Now it wants the blue rune. Now it wants the golden apple. Now it wants the... Ah! It wants spell parchment. What? I guess I needed spell parchment in order to make the spell together. Ah, fudge. All right, we're going to run and get it real quick. Go. Run, Forrest. Run. All right, so we need... clear that out of there. That was the... Yes, that was that. That paper. There we go. All right, spell parchment. Got it. Off we go. Go. Run, Forrest. Damn, that boy is stupid, but he sure can play football. Here we go. All right. Da 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 da. We got our spell. Now, I don't have the faintest idea. I think you can rename this somehow. Okay, I got to figure out how, though. So we can... Huh. Okay, I know you can rename these. I know you can. So what happens if I click it? Ah, there we go. I can pick its icon. Let's go with... Ooh, how's that for... That looks like a Healy one, doesn't it? That looks like a pretty Healy one. Let's go with that. Holy moly, there's a lot of pictures. Nah, that's what we're going with. Holy moly, the cost on that thing is laughably huge. Oh, well, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so now what? So now we got our spell. Now I need to go get punched something. Let me go get punched so we can try this out. Ah, all right, well, we got our spell together. I'm pretty thrilled about that. It took a lot of effort for us to get that, but we managed it. There, I can take the book off now. In the book, look at that. Well, hot diggity. Now I needed to make a biblio thingamabobber in order to keep all my books up on it. All right. Well, hey, we got a spell together. Next time we're going to go get ourselves punched so that we can see how well it works. We may do some other ones too, get some offensive stuff going, or maybe do a little practicing. I'm not really sure which direction we're going with this. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. It was fun. It did take a fair amount of effort, but we got through it. Our first Ars Magica spell. Look at that. Makes your hands twinkle. See ya. We'll be back next time.